Okay. We're gonna have to switch gears. My phone data is full again, and I thought I had cleaned it out sufficiently, but obviously not. So I left off, I was telling you about the little chocolate Oreo bears. So there's two large Oreos here, and then you've got small Oreos here, here, and the ears and the hands. And then, let's see. Oh, this is what the little package looks like. So it has on here, it's a girl and her name. And then I also made some brownie pucks, which is like a cake puck or a cookie puck, but it's got brownie inside. So these are really good. And I made some Rice Krispie pucks. So there's a little variety of things, and we can take them to hospital and pass them out to people that come and visit, or to the hospital staff, or, you know, friends, family, whoever, anybody that wants a sweet treat. So that's what I've been working on in my spare time this week. So back to my chicken salad. Got my eggs here that I boiled. And you don't have to put hard-boiled eggs in your chicken salad if you don't want to. But I like hard-boiled eggs. So I'm going to put some in mine. And that's the advantage of cooking at home instead of buying what they have at the grocery store. I think we talked about this before whenever I was making noodles. And, you know, the advantage of doing it at home is you can make it how you want. You can cook it how you want. And you can put in it however you want. So that's what we're doing today. And then I also have some pecans here. We'll see what it looks like. I don't have a whole bunch of them because I used them for something else, and I just have a little bit left. Okay, I'm gonna peel one more of these. I actually have 6 altogether, but I'm gonna start out with 3 and see how it looks. Let me rinse these off. Okay, so I have these rinsed off, and I need to get the shell off my cutting board here. Now there's a couple different ways you can do these. I have one of these, so you can either put them in here, and you can slice them this way, and then turn them and slice them again if you want little bitty pieces. Okay, it's way down there. I like, when I'm doing chicken salad, because my other pieces are fairly decent size, I don't want my egg getting lost in there. So I'm just going to cut this up into about the same size pieces as my piece of shell on there. As my other things, as you can see. So I'm using my tablet, and it's throwing me off. And these are eggs from my chickens, some that the possum didn't get hold of. I got them before he did. So the other morning, I've been dealing with this possum in the evening and during the day. Let's see, yesterday morning, I went to go out, and there wasn't a possum out there, but there was a skunk. So needless to say, I slowly backed away. Hi, Zoe. I slowly backed away from the barn area and waited for it to exit, and then I went and took care of my chickens and my rabbits before I went to work. So now I'm cutting up the chicken. You can see I'm cutting it in decent sized chunks too. And look at all this chicken. All this chicken came off of that rotisserie. And I generally will cook a chicken for something like this, just because I can use the stock from it for other projects later. I just strain it and freeze it, and when I need it, it's available. But I couldn't pass this up at Sam's for the price and for the size. So my daughter, she actually got 2, and she was gonna make some stuff out of the ones she got too. They also had nice, really nice big heads of lettuce. 2 big heads for $3. And I thought that was a good price, so I went ahead and got that. A bundle of that, and then I'll just cut it up and put it in a bag. And I'll eat on that, have salad on that all week long. Because if I don't do that, my intentions are good, but I won't eat it. So if I take the time to cut it all up at one time, put it in the bag, and then all I have to do is just get a handful or 2 of it out. And sometimes I go ahead and cut up some turkey or chicken, ham. If I have hard-boiled eggs, I'll have all that in there in little bags. And it's really easy, quick and easy to make a salad. And sometimes I'll take it to work with me, and then I can do that for my lunch at work. And just leave my little bags of stuff there and eat on it until it's gone. Which is way healthier than doing the whole fast food thing, which I really don't do that often, but occasionally I do. One of my weaknesses is Culver's cheese curds, so I go get that sometimes. And there's a gas station in town that has some of the best chicken tenders, so occasionally I'll do that too. But for the most part, I don't do fast food. It's not good for you, and I think it's overpriced. So we just about got the chicken all cut up. Here, I'm just continuing to cut it in big chunks. I don't have a whole lot of relish. When I was looking for my relish, I thought I had a spare jar in my cabinet, but I didn't have. But what I do have is some bread and butter pickles. So when I put the relish in, if it doesn't look like it's going to be enough, I'll cut up some bread and butter pickles and put in there. I wish you could see what I was doing. I don't really know how to tilt this thing without tumping it over. Oh well. I suppose you can hear me chopping as I go. It's just chicken. So my daughter and her husband are the one that's having the baby. I have 3 daughters and a son. And the one that's having the baby, they were going to go spend the day together and go out for Valentine's and kind of their last big hurrah as a single couple before their world changes. I was at her house on Sunday, and they got 2 dogs. They were in the kitchen with me, and I was telling them that their world was about to change, and I didn't know she had came in the room. And she's like, yes, Mom, I know our world is about to change. And I said, oh, I know that you do. I'm like, but I was actually talking to the dogs as they were laying there watching me. Thinking, yeah, this won't be long. You'll have somebody chasing you and taking your toys and all kinds of stuff. So, okay, my bowl is getting substantially full. So, I'm going to take this big old spoon. I'm going to try stir some of this up a little bit before I put anything else in there. This may be more of a fruit salad with chicken in it. I may have got carried away. That's okay. So I'm going to put some mayonnaise in. Miracle Whip. Probably should have got a longer handle spoon. This is my last jar of this too. I wish I'd have knew that when I was at Sam's yesterday. Okay, so we're going to stir this around. See how it looks. I usually do get my Miracle Whip at Sam's. It comes in a jar in two packages of 2, but it's substantially cheaper than buying it individually at the store. I think I'm gonna maybe grab a spatula here. Do a better job of getting the rest of this out of there. Oh yeah, that's better. So do you prefer Miracle Whip or do you prefer actual mayonnaise? I have always been a Miracle Whip person just because it tends to be a little bit sweeter. But I'm not opposed to trying dishes that's got mayonnaise in them, or if someone else has used mayonnaise. I don't like boycott it or anything, but the Miracle Whip has always just been kind of my favorite. Okay. I think I've got enough for quite some time here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all this. So, relish. We've got your relish here. I'm just going to put that all in there. If you're a jar collector, these are nice big jars. I don't collect the big ones like that. I tend to use mason jars when it's something that size, but some other like smaller jelly jars, things like that, I sometimes collect just because they're small and easy to store. Okay, this is looking pretty good. What do you think? I think it's looking pretty good. All right, I'm gonna wipe off my hands here. I think I will put some pecans in there. These are halves, so I'm just gonna break them up a little bit. I've got stuff stacked everywhere. I've been busy doing dishes and running the dishwasher and finishing up those goodies and doing laundry and all kinds of stuff, and I've just got a mess all over the kitchen today. But once I get this done, I can start putting things away and I can start getting the rest of all the goodies wrapped up and bows on them and little tags for it's a girl. And maybe start making some sense of some of this stuff. Okay. This looks delicious, I'm telling you. I don't think I'm going to need the extra pickles, but it's not very soupy. I'm going to let it, before I decide if I'm going to add more Miracle Whip or anything to it though, I'm going to let it sit a little bit because that fruit will kind of marinate in there and make it a little juicier, whatever you want to call it. So, what do you think? This big old monster bowl. Look at the size of this bowl. I bet that's at least a gallon of chicken salad that I don't know what to do with. So, while I was at Sam's last night, I got a big old bundle of croissant rolls. So I'm going to use one of those to make my sandwich. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, I have a clean spoon over here. Try to get just a little bit of everything on this. This would be good with crackers too, just to have on the side, or like if you were doing a little buffet and want to have like this, or just even have it on on lettuce leaves, like roll it up and make a lettuce wrap out of it. That would be really good too. Okay, looks like it's really hopped up on there, but it's not. It's not as big in person as it seems to look on there, maybe because it's so close to the camera. So anyway, there's my sandwich. How about that? Okay, I'm not going to try to take a bite of this with you all watching me because I'll make a mess, but I am going to taste it. So it's delicious. The grapes are sweet. The apples are sweet and crisp, so you get that crunch when you bite into it. The chicken is tender. The eggs are in there with a little flavor. Might put a little salt on it. I'm not a big salt person, but sometimes I'll use that just to kind of pull your flavors together. I think I will add a little salt because there's just so much sweet going on. But otherwise, I think this is success. So, it's good seeing you all this week. I'm not sure what next week is going to look like since we've got a new baby girl coming. But hopefully I'll see you soon. Have a good day and happy Valentine's. Happy Valentine's.